Welcome to our channel. Throughout the world, there are valleys that carry a dark reputation, often referred to by locals as the Valley of Death. Each of these valleys is surrounded by chilling tales, with its own terrifying legend featuring mysterious deaths or the wandering souls of those who met their end there. Surviving a stay in these valleys is sometimes merely a matter of chance and bravery. Those who do manage to escape often experience horrifying scenes that are etched into their memories forever. In today's video, we'll explore some of the most mysterious valleys in the world. But before we begin, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and without further ado, let's get started. In the northwest of Canada lies the vast Nahanni National Park, with its dominant feature being the valley surrounding the river of the same name. However, this beautiful piece of nature holds a dark secret, and the name humanity has given it isn't exactly encouraging. The Valley of Death, or the Valley of the Headless. For over 100 years, people have gone missing here, many of whom were never found. And when bodies are discovered, they often lack one significant part: the head. The first recorded cases date back to the days of the gold rush, when prospectors came to the valley in hopes of wealth. As early as 1898, 6 miners disappeared, and 10 years later, another 3. Authorities initially assumed they fell victim to accidents, but later their bodies were found near the Nahanni River by a local hunter. And most strikingly, all 3 men were missing their heads. What could have happened in these abandoned corners? The mysteries of the Valley of the Headless continually attract curious souls, but also conceal ominous secrets. Another name on the list of victims is Swiss gold prospector Martin Jorgensen, whose fate fits into a terrifying pattern. In 1917, he settled in the valley, but his cabin soon burned down, and his charred body was found in the ashes, once again without a head. A similar story repeats in 1945, when another gold prospector is found headless in his sleeping bag, as if executed in his sleep. The theory of a serial killer targeting gold prospectors is plausible, but the circumstances of these deaths are too peculiar. A killer would have had to be active for many years, which seems unlikely. From the early 20th century until 1969, at least 40 cases of missing or dead people in the Valley of the Headless were recorded. All the bodies found were missing their heads, which were never recovered, and due to advanced decomposition, the cause of death cannot be determined. Even a German-Swedish expedition that set out to unravel the mystery of the headless corpses in 1965 disappeared without a trace. But why do people die by the Nahanni River? The Nahanni Valley is steeped in legends and myths that intertwine with reality, and the search for explanations becomes a clash between rationality and spiritual beliefs. One possible explanation is the alleged presence of a hostile Native American tribe that may have settled in the area. However, no evidence has been found to confirm this theory, and the indigenous people living nearby prefer to avoid the place altogether. For hundreds of years, Native American tribes have told stories of the unfortunate souls who ventured into the valley and never returned. For some tribes, the area around the Nahanni River is a cursed place inhabited by ghosts, specters, or even the devil himself. The Naha tribe has its own view of the mystery of the headless corpses, attributing them to mysterious forest beings reminiscent of the legendary Bigfoot. So, the mysterious humanoid could be responsible for the deaths of gold prospectors and explorers. Other theories speak of the spirits of Naha warriors who rose from the dead to defend their land against the white man. This idea serves as an explanation for some tribes as to why strange and gruesome events continue to occur in the Valley of the Headless. The mysterious events in the Nahanni Valley remain one of the greatest mysteries of North America, and perhaps they will never be fully explained. The San Luis Valley in Colorado is indeed shrouded in mystery and a plethora of unexplained phenomena that capture the attention and interest of many people. Local residents, including Native American tribes, often associate these phenomena with the mythical figure of the devil, who purportedly roams this valley. Recorded sightings of UFOs, ghosts, mysterious creatures, and other peculiar phenomena are common and contribute to the reputation of the San Luis Valley as a place full of paranormal activity. Further reports of cattle mutilations, alleged underground military bases, and secret subterranean realms add another layer of mystery. American writer Christopher O'Brien characterizes the San Luis Valley as a paranormal Disneyland due to the wide range of inexplicable phenomena experienced by people here. Some believe that the San Luis Valley may be a magnet for paranormal activity due to its geographical location, history, or energetic fields. Overall, the San Luis Valley remains a fascinating and mysterious place that continues to attract explorers and enthusiasts of paranormal phenomena from around the world. There are many theories and speculations about what lies beneath the surface of the San Luis Valley, and about possible portals to the underground world. Native American legends often contain elements associated with mythical underground realms and the existence of life beneath the surface. The fact that there is indeed a massive underground lake beneath the San Luis Valley may provide a basis for these legends and myths. Indigenous tribes could be witnesses to underground water systems and mysterious phenomena associated with this lake. As for portals to the underground world, speculation is diverse. Some believe that there may be energy points or geographical locations with high occurrences of paranormal phenomena that could be interpreted as portals. Recorded sightings of UFOs, mysterious creatures, and other paranormal phenomena may be linked to these portals. Regarding who or what could live underground, speculations vary, from mythological beings to hypothetical forms of life adapted to the underground environment. However, there is no concrete evidence of the existence of these portals or underground life, although these topics continue to attract the interest of researchers and adventurers. The mysterious dead cattle with peculiar signs of animal mutilation represent one of the most sinister mysteries in the San Luis Valley. Descriptions of missing udders, tongues, eyes, and skin on the head suggest that these are not typical causes of animal deaths. Moreover, the absence of blood and the precise removal of certain body parts indicate something unusual. There are many theories about what could be responsible for these mysterious animal deaths. Some speculate about the possibility that local Native American tribes, perhaps linked to their myths of the underground world, could be behind them. Other theories suggest the existence of unknown predators, perhaps even extraterrestrial, that could be responsible for these animal deaths. The question of whether invisible murderous forces are responsible for the dead animals remains open. Many people interested in mysteries and paranormal phenomena seek to find explanations for these unusual events. But so far, there is no convincing explanation. Death Valley National Park, also known as the Valley of Death, is located in the American state of California near the border with Nevada. It is one of the hottest places on the planet, and it's where the highest temperature ever recorded on Earth was measured. In 1913, the thermometer recorded a temperature of 56.7 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 134 degrees Fahrenheit. Besides this record, the valley is also known for its wandering rocks, the mystery of which has been partially explained. However, many other unexplained phenomena still occur here. Death Valley is surrounded by many legends and stories of spiritual experiences. People claim to hear mysterious screams here, and individuals vanish without a trace in the valley. Among the missing are a young US Army pilot, a German tourist family, or a group of 5 New Age cult followers. All that remains of them are abandoned cars found far from any road, in places inaccessible by car. Where and why these people disappeared remains a mystery, drawing the attention of many researchers and curious minds. It is possible that these mysterious events are connected to other phenomena in Death Valley that remain unexplained. Perhaps it's a combination of the extreme environment, geological conditions, and the forces of nature that many still find unexplored. Although science and technology advance, Death Valley still retains its mysterious and enigmatic nature. Mysterious disappearances, like those described by gold prospector Bill Keys in 1907, are typical for environments like Death Valley. His experience in the famous desert oasis of Tool Holes is full of inexplicable and terrifying moments. Strange sounds emanate from the pitch-black darkness, while mysterious orbs dance above the desert, illuminating the surroundings as if it were daylight. In the morning, Keys wakes up about 150 meters from the campsite, with a visible trail in the soil, as if someone had dragged him away and left him lying there. These testimonies suggest that truly mysterious things happen in Death Valley. There are numerous places and buildings where ghosts are said to appear, including former homeowners, people, and even animals that found their death there. Stories of haunting events in the Death Valley area often relate to places of dark history, such as the abandoned town of Skydu, located in the middle of the desert. In the early 20th century, Skidoo witnessed a tragic event when the surly alcoholic Joe Simpson murdered an employee of the local bank during a drunken brawl. The enraged crowd then lynched him on a telephone pole. After Simpson's death, his body was allegedly exhumed several times and mutilated, including the decapitation by a local doctor. A few years later, Skidoo is completely abandoned, but Joe Simpson apparently remains there to this day. It is said that every year on the day the man shot the innocent banker, phantom shots echo through the town, followed by the cries of the enraged mob. At night near the cemetery, the headless ghost of the drunkard is said to appear, condemned to relive his death over and over again. Such apparitions and legends in Death Valley evoke the impression that the souls of the deceased are somehow bound to this area and cannot leave. The mysterious atmosphere and dark history of the place contribute to Death Valley being considered one of the most mysterious and eerie places in the world. In a forgotten jungle somewhere in India lies a valley whose mysterious location is known today to only a handful of chosen ones. Legends speak of lost temples that once hid treasures of immeasurable value. In 1890, British adventurer Graham Dickford learns of these legends, and his heart ignites with the flame of adventure. He needs little persuasion to embark on an expedition in search of the lost wealth. Dickford sets out on an expedition, but under mysterious circumstances, he disappears along with his expedition. Eventually, soldiers find him randomly in a desperate state sometime later. His body is bruised and burned, reminiscent of radiation burns. His hair has fallen out, as if life itself had abandoned him. The rest of the expedition that ventured into the jungle with him vanished without a trace. From his mad words, you can feel the horror he must have experienced. But what actually happened to Dickford's expedition? Dickford repeatedly expresses his horror in words that are a confused mixture of fear and shock. Great flying fire, shadows of the night, ghosts, their glow can kill. This testimony suggests that events in the valley go beyond human comprehension and likely transcend the boundaries of the real world. Dickford is taken to the hospital, but even the doctors cannot save his life. Another expedition ventures into the valley in 1906, and only 2 out of 4 men return. They describe fiery tongues flying over the valley, with each touch of fire causing deafening roars. This phenomenon may indicate the presence of inflammable gas in the valley, which could explain Dickford's injuries but not his desperate words about shadows and souls. However, it cannot be ruled out that the hypothetical gas also affected Dickford's mind and induced hallucinations. This scenario could explain the strange behavior and testimonies of the survivors in 1906. The men described the discovery of caves in the valley, into which 2 of their colleagues descended. They gradually begin to feel dizzy, and upon reaching the bottom of the cave, they writhe like serpents before falling dead to the ground. The remaining 2 escape, which saves their lives. Tragic tales in the Valley of Death continue as German writer and researcher Hartwig Hausdorff discovers more traces in historical records. In 1911, another expedition sets out into the valley, but only 2 out of 7 participants return. The remaining 5 people are afflicted with a mysterious condition during the night, causing uncontrollable trembling, spinning, and ultimately, they fall dead to the ground. 8 years later, additional members of the expedition die, either from falling or jumping off a cliff, and the rest of the expedition reports a total of 17 human corpses in the valley. These tragic events begin to unsettle local authorities, who decide to keep the precise location of the valley secret to prevent further loss of lives or unfortunate fates of other explorers. The Uljuju Cherkechek Valley, translated as the Valley of Death, lies in the Russian region of Yakutia in the Uljuju River basin. According to legends passed down among Yakut nomads and hunters, strange formations known as cauldrons have recently appeared in the valley around the river, resembling inverted giant pots. These formations have a reddish color similar to copper and appear to be made of an unknown, extremely strong metal. Some cauldrons are small, while others are large enough for a grown adult to enter. The internal structure of these cauldrons is even more peculiar. Some explorers have discovered underground chambers that seem to be part of these cauldrons. There is a theory that they may be special caves or unique geological anomalies. However, the mysterious cauldrons conceal danger. People and animals seeking shelter from the harsh winter or predators often find death within them. Precisely what causes their death remains a mystery that hangs over the Valley of Death like a dark shadow. According to eyewitnesses, animal skeletons are often found in the cauldrons, and plants in their vicinity exhibit various deformations, suggesting that these formations have a special influence on the surrounding environment. Some plants have different coloring than those nearby, and the grass can be taller than a grown man. For those who stay near the cauldrons longer than is healthy, serious health problems can arise. There are records of people who died here from unknown diseases without apparent cause. Czech paranormal investigator Ivan Makerla, who extensively researched these cauldrons, tells of the Uljuju Cherkechek area, the Valley of Death, as the local elders called it. They forbade people from entering this area, declared it cursed, and warned of its danger. Makerl embarked on an expedition to Yakutia in May 2006, but he brought back no evidence of the existence of these feared cauldrons. It is possible that the mysterious formations have already disappeared forever in the swamps around the river, or are slowly sinking into unstable ground. The Yakuts believe that these formations could be flooded or swallowed by unstable soil, meaning that the mysterious cauldrons are no longer a threat to those who come near them. Russian explorer Mikhail Cherkechek visited the Valley of Death during 3 separate trips, discovering a total of 7 individual cauldrons during his last expedition in 1947. One of these expeditions had tragic consequences when Cherkechek and several friends decided to spend the night in one of the cauldrons. However, it soon became apparent that their decision was fatal. During the following month, one member of the expedition lost all his hair, and Cherkechek developed sores on his face that never disappeared. The similarity of the cauldron's effect on the human body to radiation sickness is evident. There is a possibility that the cauldrons indeed emit dangerous radiation that negatively affects the health of those who stay too close to them. This theory is not inconsistent with the legend that speaks of the cauldron's origin after a battle between the gods Njurgun Butur and Tongduraj. Some researchers see in this story a possible impact of a meteorite composed mainly of metal. If the cauldrons were fragments of a celestial body, it is not excluded that they carry some form of radiation. Although it is not common for meteorites to emit high levels of radiation, this possibility cannot be completely ruled out. The combination of historical reports, scientific considerations, and local legends forms a complex mosaic picture of the Valley of Death, which remains shrouded in mystery and secrecy to this day. That's all from us for today. If you're interested in videos filled with mysterious mysteries, dark stories, legends, or monsters, and you crave more, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any new videos.